Elmore, Texas here, and today we have David showing us his Gravekeeper deck. So, David, take it away.
Orale. So, I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! For like 2 years. And, started with Dragons, then it was alright. But then a friend gave me Gravekeepers, and I absolutely love it, especially in today's meta because a lot of shit runs out of the graveyard. Can I curse?
Yes.
Okay, a lot of shit runs out of the graveyard, and for a deck that's like one of the first archetype decks, one of the first, I guess, anti-meta decks, it wrecks. So, without further ado, go to the main deck. Of course, 3 Spies, because she is pretty much the backbone of the deck, you know, with Necro Valley on field, 2500 ass, you know, you get a special summon with her, 1500 or less attack from your deck to the field. So, Gravekeeper Spy is absolutely a necessity in Gravekeeper, especially at 3. Don't let anyone say different. 3 Commandant. Some people run 2. I've seen a couple people run 2 because they usually run their decks at 40, but you'll see that this is a 45 card deck because I don't care and I still win. I usually, you know, do pretty good. So, yeah. 3 Commandants, get a Necro Valley to hand when he's discarded. Or, if you want, you can just play him with Necro Valley, and he's a 2100 somewhat beat stick. Not really today, but yeah, he's good. Okay, ahora tenemos los recruiters, the Gravekeeper. He is another, I guess, backbone of the deck. However, a lot of people say running 3 is kind of little inconsistent just because he's level 3 and he's one of the only searchers of Gravekeepers. But I like 3 because, you know, it can you just set his ass down, he gets attacked, you know, get a search off. When he's destroyed, send to the graveyard, get a monster with 1500 or less defense from the deck. Pretty good. I mean, if I were to cut him out, well, I'll just tell you when I get to the extra. But usually he's comboed with Gravekeeper's Descendant. I run him at 2 just because 4, I mean, 3 gets a little cloggy, and I mean, you know, you're not gonna just. His effect is you tribute a Gravekeeper to pop another card on the field, and I mean, you're not just gonna be there pop in, pop. I mean, that's a great combo, you know, get their effects off, but not really my style. So, 3 Recruiters. Like I said, 2 Descendants. With Necro Valley, he's a 2000. His effects, pretty badass, you know, just to, well, whole tribute, whatnot. Next, I run 2 Shamans. This came out pretty recently, and I absolutely love this card. People run it at 1, but I love it at 2. For 1, it's searchable with Spy because it's 15-15. Level 6. Basically, when you have it on field, Necro Valley cannot be popped with a spell card, and your opponent cannot activate their own spell, if I'm not mistaken. Their own field card. And she gains 200 for each, 200 defense only for each Gravekeeper in your graveyard. So, I mean, late game, she is amazing with her ass so big. Damn, is all I'm going to say. And, I mean, like I said, searchable with Spy and level 6. Pretty amazing. Really amazing. I love this card. Next, I run 2 Noblemen. I used to run this at 3, but like I said, it got too cloggy in the whole special summoning. What she does is when she's destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, I can special summon any Gravekeeper monster and face down defense. So what you do is, you know, if you're in the shit, have her face down, attack, get her out of there, special summon, face down a Spy or any other Gravekeeper. And on your turn, flip Spy, special, and you got bored again. So, that's Nobleman. She's dirty. She's a dirty hoe. My one-ofs are Assailant, Guard, Heretic, and Visionary. Now, Assailant, when you have Necro Valley on the board, what you do is when you declare an attack, you can change the battle position of a monster your opponent controls. And he has won me games, especially against what everyone seems to hate these days, Necros, because they either have a really little ass or a really little PP, I change their attack position, swing over it with him, with Gravekeeper 2K. It's a done deal. Guard, he works with Nobleman. She gets destroyed, set him on your turn, flip him. Basically, he's a compulse. He's a monster compulse. And he has a 2400 ass with Necro Valley, but 19, without. He's awesome. Love him. Now, this sumbitch right here, a lot of people hate this because when I have Necro Valley, he's unaffected by everything. I could attack. You can't deprison. You can't mirror force. You can't do anything to him as long as I have Necro Valley on field. And you would not believe how many people absolutely despise this card. I would run it at 2. I have another one inside. He's amazing. The only thing I don't like about him is he has a little attack, but he's still fun to use. Fuck everybody. Now, recently, I went to my first regionals, and I sided this guy in. He's an old card, so you probably know what he does. But good lord, I got him to 5,500. I swung over some poor bastard that was playing 6 Samurai, and I won. Visionary is... I recently put him in, and he's been doing good, so... That's monsters. Now for the spells. Of course, the 3 Necro Valley. You know what it does. And especially in today's meta, you probably hate it yourself. Necro Valley. You can't banish. Cards cannot move from the deck, from the graveyard, anywhere else, except by their own effect. So, screw the meta. 2 steals. This card right here is unaffected by Necro Valley. You can get 2 Gravekeepers to your hand from the graveyard. I have won duels because of this damn thing. Holy Christ. I will have no cards in hand. I top deck this and pretty much win. I'll get a Spy and a Commandant or Nobleman and a Commandant. Pretty much, when I top deck this, I pretty much win. I absolutely love Gravekeeper's Steel or Stell. I don't know. People say it differently. Absolutely love this card. This is my own little tech. I never see people running this. I don't know why. It's pretty much vanities for Gravekeepers. I guess the only downside is that if a Gravekeeper monster and Necro Valley have to be face up on the field. So that's the only downside, but I mean, shit, vanities, the card goes to the graveyard and it's gone. This, at least you can keep on board a little bit longer, but pretty much only Gravekeepers can be special summoned. Either player side. And it's dirty. It's pretty much Gravekeeper's form of vanities, and it's beautiful. I have 3 pots. I don't really special summon, so that part doesn't hurt me, except on opponent's turns, really. Yeah, it's a pot of duality. I have 3 MSTs because they're all magic rulers, and that's why. 1 Allure, just in case I have something in my hand that I don't want, and it's a dark deck. And yeah, it's fun. I like it. I love Allure. Book of Moon, just because. Regeki, just because it's Regeki. Finally, World Tribute. It never fails. Some poor bastard says, "Oh, look at my hand, fellas. Oh, I got a good hand. Look at my monsters." A Royal Tribute. If I get this bitch first turn, might as well scoop because you ain't about that life. You ain't coming back. It's Royal Tribute. Necro Valley's on board. Discard all monsters and cry. All right, for traps. I see why people run this at 2, sometimes 1, because, like I said, the downside is you need a Necro Valley and a face-up Gravekeeper monster to activate it. It's pretty much a solemn for Gravekeepers, except you can only do it once per turn. Spell card, trap card, or effect monster activate its effect. Nullify it. It's done. But I run 3 because it's anti-meta. Why not? I'm a risk taker. 2 DPs, 1 Mirror Force. You know what they do. Pretty much in all my decks, it's either 2 Mirror Force and 1 DP, or 1 Dimensional Prison, 2 Mirror Force, or vice versa, whatever. that's how I run it. And why not? For the one-ofs, you know, the staples, torrential, compulse, bottomless. Good thing about torrential is that if I have Heretic, the one that isn't affected, I'll leave his ass up, face up, and I'll let my opponent go off. But when I see fit, flip this, all their monsters are gone, Heretic stays. So that's a pretty good combo. That's it for the main deck. Quite frankly, I never use my extra deck really, almost at all. But when I do, I'm either gonna make this. It's Kindergorgon, you know what he does. He's pretty badass. He's strong for, you know, vanilla, for regular, you know, two level 4 monsters. But his effect's pretty cool, you know, if someone wants an MST and I don't have Shaman, I use him, he's alright. Key Beetle, again, he's pretty strong for two level 4 dark monsters, which I have almost all the time. I have a Castell, because it's Castell. Dark Rebellion, just in case, you know, someone has this giant monster. The main extra deck card that I go into is probably this. I wish I had 2 of them. I had 2, but I got rid of it. But I mean, usually with thing about Gravekeepers, Spy, Special, another level 4. You have any rank 4, which I mean, I really don't use them, like I said. But I mean, if someone has something big on board, and I have a Spy, this is coming out, and I'm taking your monster. That's for damn sure. So it's, of course, I never use that. Never use that. Because I mean, it's Gravekeepers. They already do that. Never use that. I use that sometimes. It's Cowboy. You know what Cowboy does. You know what all these do that I just came out. But I'll Cowboy for game if I feel like being a prick. And, well, yeah, it's Cowboy. My rank 3s I actually do make quite often, just because, you know, I'll be kind of in a grind, and I'll have like a Recruiter and I forget the other level 3. Was another level 3 on the side, and if I'm just feeling froggy, I'll make one of these. You know what Alucard does? Pops. You know what Leviathan does. For rank 3s, we can get pretty strong. That's it for the extra. Last but not least, my side. 2 Fossil Dynas. Bro, whenever I side him, I never see him, so this is the other level 3 I was talking about. I like this card. Basically, it's Necro Valley in monster form. It's what the ruling is. Technically, you're having a Gravekeeper monster in Necro Valley, so I could flip Imperial Tombs and negate anything, or I could flip or I could play the Valley of Necro Valley, whatever it's called, and it's a level 3, so I go into the rank. He's the other Heretic. Like I said, he's a bastard. And last but not least, 2 Black Horns. I've never played with a side, but you know what Blackhorn does? I usually take out the 2 Valley of Necro Valley for these 2, just in case. And that's Gravekeepers. Thanks, fellas.
Thank you.